So there are some few questions, I'm sure, which will be there in many of us' mind. When we are talking about technology, the way technology is transforming our lives, is it something that technology is going to benefit each and every one of us, our lives? Is it a risk or is it a reward? Or is it gonna be a more autonomous or is it gonna be more dependency? If I talk about the FANG companies, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google, if I talk about, we generally relate Google as a search engine company. But today, Google is talking about is making driverless cars. Is Amazon a platform where the buyers and sellers sell the products? Or is Amazon a delivery company? The company I present, Domino's, we say it's not a pizza company, but it is rather a food tech company. Earlier, if you have to order a pizza, you have to call up the toll-free number and you have to order the pizza. But today, if with the help of your app, you can just order food. Whether you talk about Swiggy, you talk about, any of the food tech things that you talk about, just revolutionize the entire industry. So, technology is something which is transforming our life. When we talk about artificial intelligence, something like, a Siri or Watson, anything, it is transforming our lives. Now, there is a study which says that 51% of our consumers do the online shopping. And there's a recent study by McKinsey which says that 35% of the Amazon sales are through the recommended products, which comes to the intelligent algorithms. So this is how technology is taking our life. If I need to relate, what will be the future? What is the role? The way marketers have taken up for a experience, shopping experience, for a employee experience, that's how the HR is gonna take up. If we are talking about, if the marketers are talking about how to create an experience for the shopping, at the same time, it's an era, it's a time for HR to think, how do we create that employee experience? And that's how technology or artificial intelligence, whatever we talk about, is gonna make our life simple. The way we are expecting, the way we are having, the AI or technology in our personal life, that's I mentioned about Siri or talk about Fitbit, which helps me to monitor the kind of steps I have taken. At the same time, that's how we are gonna expect how our life are gonna make easy at our workplace. Today, as an HR professional, if I see myself, I spend a lot of my time in hiring people. I spend a lot of my time in conducting the induction, onboarding. I spend a lot of my time as a business partner in solving employees' queries, cascading the new kind of initiative the company has taken. And in fact, even for an exit employee, there are a lot of queries that comes in where most of my time goes into that. But with the coming of artificial intelligence or with the coming of, the technology, the way I have mentioned, earlier I had to run after my boss to get my leave card signed. But today, with the help of an app, my leave gets sanctioned. So coming forward, AI has got a very important role. Recently in our organization, we have done an employee assessment or talent assessment center, which has been through a chatbot. Through Watson, we have done it, which was so easy. But at the same time, do we really have the risk that what have been our job 20 years down the line, are we going to lose our job? As few of our panel speakers has mentioned about it, the digital era is creating an opportunity for us to learn and grow. During the analog era, it was a time where people used to go and where there is go to the world of work, where there are opportunities for work. But in this digital era, it is a time where companies are going where there is talent. This has become a very talent-centric era now with the digital transformation. So, is it really me as an HR professional, the amount of time that I'm spending, what gonna happen to my job 20 years down the line? I think that it is an era where we are really gonna think that how do we make our things more meaningful towards creating an employee experience. Now, I as a customer, I always go for where do I get a pleasant experience. At the same time, when we are talking, there's an era of talent-centric, It is very important. How do we retain our talent? How do we give them that kind of comfort where there is an opportunity for us, for the talents to learn and to grow? Believe me, if you go through an exit interviews, many of the people says that, it is not that says I have left this company for this or I have left this company for this, but many of the, 50% of the employees says that I have left this company because of my growth. So how do we really give the growth to our employees? And growth comes through learning. So therefore, when we are talking about artificial intelligence, we are talking about technology. I think it is a high time for us. How do we really build our talent? How the organizations really help in building the network and remove those conventional hierarchies? In this, the leaders plays a very important role. As a leader, we will have to build the culture in the organization which are going to support the design thinking principle. As digital era, it is not about, again minded, it is not about technology which is bringing about innovation, but it is again about differentiation. How do we give that experience? If I talk about Netflix has got some around
Kamalika, can we come back to you? I will take your views on this because we have 10 minutes to wind up. So certainly, thank you so much for sharing your views to join us here. Two very quick pointers we'd like to ask the panelists, all of them. Can you please share the specific two areas, which you feel AI, when we talk about talent, will be first impacted from your point of view? So maybe start with Anil, please. Anil, two top areas.
I strongly believe employee experience, be it onboarding or offboarding.
Okay.
Number two is definitely competency enhancement.
Thank you.
At my time, at my will.
Okay. Sandeep ji, 2 pointers.
So, there are two very significant things which are happening in talent management process.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing you will come to know is that today we run assessment centers and we do development centers which have to stretch over a period of sometimes 1 day, sometimes 1.5 days, sometimes 2 days.
So assessments
right?
one. Second.
So the future assessment centers will be all virtual.
Okay.
1 hour, you are through with your assessment centers.
Okay. Second area.
Second area, the one very big impact will be talent acquisition.
Okay.
Which,
so talent acquisition and assessments are two areas.
will be on real-time basis. You are sitting, I mean, the artificial intelligence will throw up the suitable candidates and...
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. How about you? Two areas, the top impact which you can see AI.
So one is anytime, anywhere. So anybody can take action from anywhere or from any device. Second, quick responses without delay.
Thank you. Kamalika, your 2 pointers, the biggest impact which AI will have.
Yeah, of course, the AI will have the biggest impact on the employee experience. How do we give the experience to our employees?
Common. Yeah, correct. Okay.
And then the other is, how do we take more of our time into putting meaningful work rather than, spending time in the volume. It will give us a hands-on in spending more of quality time in our work.
Okay. So you are seeing this as the second pointer as a challenge. The next question to all four of you is one advice which you would like to give to the students or the participants here, which you feel that in this, AI is a reality. So I consider AI as adoption and impact which you create. It's not artificial intelligence even. So how many people are going to adopt? What kind of impact it is going to create? What is one advice, brief, short advice, which you would like to give to the students very quickly? Let's start with Neeraj, please.
Advice on?
Advise AI how to manage. You need not to be scared of it. It's a part of your life. What the student should do, which will help them to cope up with AI or to lead that AI process.
So first and foremost thing is reskilling. So I think whatever courses you would go into, like be it marketing, finance, HR or so on. So I would say that you should be digitally enabled. So digitally enabled means you should know that how does it work, and how would it actually add value in your course, whatever you're working on or what in your profession. And theory is one part, but just converting them into managing the same stuff through digital transformation, how does it work, and you should learn that. I would say
Neeraj, one reskilling you said, okay?
Yeah,
reskilling is
reskilling.
important, and how to leverage technology for
Yes.
reskilling. Anil's your point of view.
I think reskilling is going to be a common theme, but the starting point would be the moment we get out of denial mode and acknowledge that this is going to happen in future.
So acceptance is another one. You have to come out of the denial mode and you have to accept. Excellent point, Sandeep ji, please.
Yeah, so my advice is slightly different. I would request all of you, all of you who are present here today, go back and watch a movie called Her. I don't know how many of you have already seen this movie, but those who have not seen this movie, go back and see this movie, Her, and decide for yourself. It's a brilliant movie, created a lot of controversy around 3 to 4 years back in US, created a lot of controversy as to how AI can take you to this stage. But do watch it.
Thank you, Sandeep ji. Kamalika, one point of view, which advice would like to share with the participants, please?
The advice that I would like to give to the students is, you always need to upgrade your skills. I would rather use the example of dinosaurs. If we don't, change ourselves, probably a time will come where we become a dinosaurs. Thank you.
Thank you indeed. So friends, the official time given to us, the revised time was 12:20. We still have 4 minutes. We'll keep our time. May I request Neeraj, if you can show a live demo of AI, please. And grateful thanks while we do that. Grateful thanks to the organizers and esteemed panelists for keeping the time very, very tight. And thank you very much for the opportunity. Over to Neeraj for the brief, please.
Yeah, so I'm going to take one live example of artificial intelligence, how it actually adds value to HR as well as to employees working in organization. So since I work with Oracle, we build this for a lot of customers, and we are just thinking of just showcasing and telling or encouraging people that how would it add value to them. So I'm on my Facebook page. You could see that this is my normal Facebook page, not a dummy one. So in this case, you would see that there is a messenger on top of it. So it is a messenger. I think it is not clear from here. Can you make this little clearer? So there is a Facebook messenger. On this, I'm going to chat. So this is actually the bot, which is enabled here. It is whatever questions I'm going to ask. I'm an employee. I'm worried about my career. I wanted to look for some new, I would say that job change, but what's happening that I'm not able to understand what job is fit for me. I know that my profile is with my company, my data is with the organization in HR profile. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just ask few questions. Either I will go to HR, but before I go to HR, I don't know whether it is going to be a right question or not. I'm very much worried. So what I'm going to do right away is, I'm just going to have this conversation with my bot, assuming that I just put hi. I think it is not clearer to, I'll just keep reading for you. So it says that how can I help you in your career? Because I'm just talking to a bot which actually can give me career advices. So it says that I have got my profile already added. Based on my profile, system is going to recommend few roles for me. Few roles, what are the other role which is best fit for me, basis my profile and competency or skill set available with me. So what it is showing here is, it is showing recommend a role or view manager advice or manual search. So that means it is asking me that since I am not happy, I'm looking for a change in the job profile. Do you want some mentorship? Or do you want some manager advice? You want some meeting with manager so that he can counsel you? Or you want some new role? So I just wanted, because I have spent enough year in this role, I wanted